Hi, thank you for joining us. We'll start with LaChina Robinson.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, how are you? Can you hear me? Hello?
Sorry, LaChina, I didn't realize the computer was muted.
Okay, we good now?
Yep, perfect.
Okay, great. Hey, Coach, how are you?
All right, how you doing?
Doing well. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Just wanted to start with, the last time I saw you guys, you were at home playing against Washington and you weren't happy with your team's effort. So you had a couple of disappointing games, but now you've had a couple of really good games from your team. What's been the difference?
I think, everybody's focused in on common goal objective, and we know that it's win or go home. Like we don't have a moment to really wait or kind of, have extra life. So I think you sense a sense of urgency in us, and we know we're playing against a good team tomorrow, just like we were playing against a good team a couple of days ago. And we don't have, like, we have to really be focused. Minnesota's a team that we've struggled with traditionally, and they're well coached, and they have great players. So our energy, we want to give ourselves a shot. So I think that's the main thing that you see. We want to give ourselves a shot as much.
I'm going to let Roz jump in because she's actually about to take off for a flight. So Roz, you want to go ahead with your question first?
Thanks, LaChina. Hey, Coach.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on? You're such a big sis, LaChina. You're so funny. Coach, I was going to start off with just, I know it's been a little bit of a up and down season, in and out. What is, at this point of the season, with the season on the line in the playoffs, what's the identity of your team?
That we want to be a team that gets up and down and moves the ball sides. Like we want to play free flowing basketball. And I think that's the thing. Defense want to be disruptive. I don't, I don't know if I can just identify I say our identity in 3 words without giving too many things away. But definitely we feed a lot off of, seeing the ball go in the basket. I wish it was the other way around. I think that's just something we have to live with.
So you're a team that in some ways can kind of get your momentum, whether the ball's going in, or on the other side, maybe have to combat when it's not going in, finding other ways to manufacture some momentum.
Yeah, and it's all going to be about, sharing the ball and making the extra pass and, being aggressive. I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing every team wants to do, but I think we're really good when we do that.
One more for me is, what is most impressive to you about the way Candace Parker impacted your team this season?
When she's on the floor and she's healthy, you can see a big difference in our team. Like you can see a big difference in the level that we play in. You see it when she's not there, and you see it when she's there, and it just goes to show how great she is. And that's something that we're happy that she's healthy and she's in our lineup because she makes us a better team.
Yeah, just to follow that up, when she's healthy, could you give an example? Like, is the team more willing to hustle in that situation, or more willing to execute in what way? Like, what would be some examples?
Honestly, I think the team is more comfortable when she's on the floor. So, we have a person that she's gonna be the one that speaks and that talks, and so everybody can be more communicative, because she's like that. And when you take her out the lineup, you start seeing us being a little bit more quiet. When you put her in the lineup, you get Sloot running lanes, and you have her as a secondary ball handler that's making decisions. That means the ball is moving toward her, and that gives more action to our play. So it's a lot of different things. Defensively, she's talking on defense. Offensively, she's a go-to player from the mid post, go-to player making plays away from Sloot. So you have 2 elite playmakers. So she just does a lot in different areas, and I can go on and on, but she definitely makes us another level team.
Thank you.
Coach, just to finish up really quickly, with Kalia Copper, what in practices, you obviously have coached a lot of different teams, a lot of different players. I'm just curious, like in practices, in the moments we don't see, what are the little things that Kalia does or her habits daily that you think add up to the consistency that we see on the floor?
She works extremely hard. Like she works extremely hard. So it's not going to be moments that you say, "Hey, come on, let's go, Kalia." It's not. You're not going to have those moments. Really, and that's something that every coach loves to not have those moments. Also, she's going to give you an intensity defensively, even when she's scoring the ball. So she's not taking plays off, and so she's one of the few people she plays so hard that she needs to come out. Sometimes she's like, "Hey, I need one, because she plays so hard, and you don't get that a lot." So that's one reason. So she's been a little bit of our spiritual leader. Because people follow her intensity, and and you see it out on the floor. So it's easy for us to that we're playing good if she's playing good.
Okay, I don't know if I can. Okay, somebody else. Okay, I'll let somebody else go. I may have more questions though. Go ahead.
As many as you want.
Okay,
James,
great.
hey, we'll head to you first.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Then we'll circle back with China.
Hey, Coach, thanks for your time. Aerial Powers has really stepped up for the Lynx over just as of late. She shot 50, 40, 90 in her last, I believe it was 5 games before the postseason.
Right.
When you watch tape of her, what sticks out to you the most about her game on the offensive end?
She's explosive. She's getting to her spots, and the shots are going in. She's taking shots with more confidence. I think she's, when a player comes off injury, it takes them a little while to get their rhythm. And so being a new player in this system, I think she's had time. You can tell she's had some practice time. And she's been able to get into a rhythm. I actually saw, I think, the game where it kind of changed for her, where she started off and she missed a few, but she kept on pushing. She kept on playing. And then she saw a few go down. And I think, since then she's been on a tear. She's a talented player, championship player. And she was big for Washington when they played. I remember when she was, in Dallas, and she was good for them too. But she reached another level when she was, under the tutelage of Mike Tebow, and now she's, with Cheryl. So you kind of seeing her strengths and how she's able to take over a game. Now it's going to be a tough task for us, but we can't let her do that. But that's easier said than done.
Absolutely. So this season, the Sky are 3-7 when you all shoot 30% or less from 3-point range. And I know we talked a little bit last game about how the identity of this team has kind of shifted to really attacking the paint and being just compared to your team over the previous seasons that you've coached them. Do you still feel like there's an emphasis though on being able, like how the importance of being able to knock down shots from that area of the floor heading into this game tomorrow?
Of course, you want to make them. What's our record when we shoot 31%?
When you shoot I would have to go back and check that one.
Right, so that might be the key. We might have to just shoot 31%. No, I mean for us, it's about how we're getting the shots. Honestly, how are we getting our threes? Are we just jacking them up, or are they coming out of flow? Are they coming out of extra passes? And so I think if we move their defense and we don't settle, we'll get open looks. I think every team does. It's especially when you have a team that sinks it in so much. I think we'll get open looks, but it's just about how we're getting them. Are we getting them in rhythm? Are the right people getting them? It's a lot. And I think if we're patient and we're attacking the rim and moving the ball and making good passes and getting our feet set, I like it when we shoot the ball. So we'll see how it goes.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks.
Noah Wilkes beyond women's sports.
Hey, cool.
Hey, no.
Sorry, Noah, I'm not sure what's happening. There we go.
It's all right. It's all right. My question is about defense. The last 2 times these teams played each other, both teams scored over 100 points. what are some of the things you're going to try to do defensively to slow down players like Sylvia Fowles and Nafisa Conley or on the offensive end?
We're going to try to slow them down. We're just going to try to slow them down. I think that's, they're going to go as those two players goes, but we're just going to have to slow them down. Ariel Powers, Kaylee McBride. And they have other players that step up against us as well. So we have to be mindful of everybody, but it's just going to take for us executing our game plan. I think that's the biggest thing.
Thank you.
Well, China, we can head back to you.
Yeah, just a couple more for me, Coach. I was just curious, in the matchups with Minnesota, you've been around still, you've coached her. I even remember her remarks a few years ago, it may have even been her MVP season, where she said working with you was, just so helpful in the development of her career. And then I got these funny thoughts of like you and Sil going head to head in practice, but I won't go there. But, just in your opinion, what really makes Sylvia special, and in particular on the defensive end of the floor?
You try to explain it to younger players. That was MVP year. We had a couple years together there, but she came to work every day. She came to work every day. And you have the best player in the gym that's coming to work every single day, pre-practices, after practice. And it just builds a routine. It builds a consistency. And so it's no surprise that she's playing at this level, even at, the young age of 35 years old, 35 still is. Yeah. So, no, it's no surprise. Her level of toughness and her experience, I think she'll go down as an underrated player. I think, years that I spent with her, she exemplified, what work ethic really means, especially to the younger players that were watching her.
And how about on the defensive end, just what you see from her versus, any other player, what makes her maybe unique?
Her activity and her timing, and I think, she's always helping. Like, she plays her player, but she's always looking to help. Like, how can I clean up anybody's mistakes? And so that's I think that's a strength, and that's what makes them a good defensive team is that Sil is always going to get you out of a pinch, especially if you get beat by a straight line. If you're not in the right place in pick and roll coverage, she's going to always be there, and she does a good job of cleaning up a lot of their mistakes.
And then last one for me, and I'll save the rest for pregame tomorrow. We were looking at the numbers for Allie, and obviously she's been better. She's actually been better in the second half of the season. I know she had the injury early, but just curious, with her 50%, I think it was, shooting after the Olympics, how much of that is health? How much of that is role? How much of that is maybe plays? Like, what do you feel like that number has really been the reason that it's gone up?
I think it's a little bit of all of it. I think she's healthy. So when she's healthy, we can ride her differently. Role has changed. Now she's in the starting five, so she gets going quicker. Everybody knows that, we run a lot of plays for Allie no matter what role she's in. Like, that's just how we've always been. That's why our offense has been effective. And but we do have other pieces that we run plays for, Khan, and Candace, and Sloop. But she creates a lot of movement out of her set. So a lot of times, even if the play's not for her, she's going to get good looks because the other players are so dominant in their movement. So it's just being aware of where she is on the floor and her doing things. And I think as she plays more minutes, she's going to be more featured. So I think it's a little bit of all of it.
All right, that's it for me. Thanks, Coach. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, guys.
Roz, how about you?
I think Roz got
No, I'm boarding, but I'm okay. I'm just listening at this point. Thank you.
Just making sure.
I
Allison
appreciate
Moran.
everybody's dedication to my flight today.
We need you to make it, Roz. We need you.
Allison Moran.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. Hi, James.
Yeah.
It's well, this team has traded wins over the season. This team has also traded wins throughout their history. And you were the last one to win at the Target Center. And what is it going to take tomorrow? What extra special oomph? You've talked about certainly keys to the win in prior conversation, but what's it going to take to get to the finish line at the Target Center tomorrow?
We can't send them to the line 30 times. So we focused on that. We concentrate, even if we thought that they weren't supposed to go the last game at home. We focused on not fouling them. And, yeah, they were coming off that Las Vegas game where they didn't shoot a free throw. So they made it up against us. So we have to make sure that they don't shoot any free throws like they did, we have to make sure we show our hands. We've been focusing on that. Like, that's the one thing we've been focusing on in practice, and that we don't put refs in a situation where they see something that's not there.
Great, good answer. I like it. My second question is about, do you feel that there's any advantage to having worked under Cheryl for so long and having experience at this level championship, having got over this hump before to win a championship back in 2017? Do you feel any advantage in terms of knowing your opponent so well?
No. I mean, I know Cheryl, but I think everybody knows her. And as much as I know her, she probably knows me a little bit better. She's really smart. Like, she's really intelligent. And no matter how much, how great people think that she is, she's probably still underrated. So I don't really think it's an advantage on my part. So I'm still learning and trying to get to the level where she is, but I don't think it's an advantage there. I just think the advantage for me is that I know our team. I think that's the biggest advantage that I have.
Great, Coach. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. And we'll be talking again tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Thank you guys, and thank you, James. We're going to bring in Allie and Stephanie.
Thanks, guys.
China, we'll start with you.
Ellie, what's your password? Never mind. We can't see anything. Are we supposed to see
Oh,
ourselves?
okay. I'll come over. My password's super secretive, so 1 second.
I'm gonna ask you your password, but maybe you don't want to tell everyone.
No one will care about it. But China, we can hear you though.
Oh, okay. Hey guys, how are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'll let you guys pick who wants to answer. I'll just throw the questions out there. So I was there when you guys played Washington, and I know there was a lot of disappointment, kind of, a little bit towards the end of the regular season, but then your game versus Indy and obviously winning your first playoff game in the locker room. And I would say even on the court too, what is the biggest difference in, how you guys have kind of played and come together in the last couple of games?
I feel like everyone just wants to win and nobody wants to stop playing, and that's kind of taking over anything else that was going on, whether it was analyzing plays or just not feeling good about our games individually. It's just all of that is just out the door, and it's just about winning right now, and that's just the focus.
And then what do you remember about your matchups against Minnesota, though I know they were seemed like, you know, very different. One was very early, but what do you remember about your games against them that may help in the matchup tomorrow?
I feel like the first game, especially, we use our speed against them. You know, with Diamond Ka, Sloop pushing the ball, like we have a lot of speed, and when we use that in the first game, especially, we got off to a really strong start, which I think we can do again tomorrow. And then in the second game, I just feel like when we execute and we get good shots, we can knock them down. So as long as we execute, run, and then play really, you know, hard defense, we have a good chance tomorrow.
And I just asked Coach Wade. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You can come back to me.
Oh no, you're good. I said now we can see ourselves.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard Kelly say somebody else turn. Okay. Y'all look good. Y'all look good. I had just asked Coach Wade this as well about Kalia. Is, you know, we don't get to see practices and those other moments that you guys get to see, as far as, you know, the things that she does, her habits that go into making her so consistent and so reliable on the floor. What are some things that maybe you guys observed in her that maybe makes her unique in her preparation every day?
I just think she's always been like that positive person for us who just, you know, she's the one who has a handshake with everyone. She is always joking with people. I feel like she just has that carefree personality about her, that where she can just connect with everyone. So she's just kind of been like the constant this year through like the injuries, through people's games up and down. Like she's like been the most consistent. So that's been the thing that stood out to me the most.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's her competitiveness. I've been with her for almost 6 years now, 6 or 7 years. And she's always been as competitive as she is today. I think now this year she's just been able to get that chance to play more and to prove to everyone like how talented she really is. And I think that's just added even more to her competitiveness. You know, she's just as competitive in practice as she is in games. So, you know, she practices the way she plays, and I think that shows.
Were you with her in DC, Steph?
I was.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, last question for me. You know, obviously the last couple of years, Diamond has had some very good moments, but has also had some struggles. How have you guys just maybe supported her, you know, in this journey that she's been on, and trying to just find her way, find her consistency, and find the best version of herself?
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, constantly talking to her about, you know, staying confident. You don't have to score 30 every night to like be impactful. So it's just trying to, you know, keep her consistent, trying to help her find her game, figure out, you know, what she's good at. It's just, you know, and also trying to just let her play through mistakes too. I feel like, you know, some players you can talk to, and others you just got to let them be them. And I feel like we just have to let her, be aggressive. And I think that's when she's best, when she's just not thinking.
Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.
Oh, thanks.
Roz, ESPN.
Oh, sorry, Roz.
Hey. Oh, all good. Hey, ladies, how are you?
Good.
Allie, I'll start with you. I thought it was a cool comment you made about like you don't have to score 30 to be impactful. When I think about the journey of your career to now, like what did you learn about what it takes for you to be impactful on the court?
I've just kind of prided myself in doing the right thing, always knowing the plays, trying to be where I am on defense, like trying to outsmart the defense instead of, you know, be super physical, and then just doing what I'm good at and making shots. Like I have to make shots. That's just how I've gotten this far. So doing all the work before the game, whether it's, you know, game shots day before practice, just constantly working on my shot.
All right, cool. And I'm a sucker for some details. So you had mentioned Kalea is the one that does all the handshakes with everybody.
Yeah,
now,
with all of them.
So now is this something that was like assigned to her, or she kind of came out on her own and was like, yo, I'm gonna be this person? Did she help you come up with your handshake?
She comes up with like all of them, I think, right? Or do you guys kind of do it together?
Yeah, it depends. Everyone's different.
Everyone's different, yeah. She started doing it 4 years ago, maybe? Like right when she got here, she kind of just
Yeah.
decided she was gonna be that person, and she's the best person for it, so.
Okay, and so like she'll bring a lot of energy with that to the team when she's doing the helping everybody come out with their handshake, right?
Yes, for sure.
What is your handshake with her?
It's kind of boring. It's always just been
It's the
like,
same.
1, 1, 2, 2, and then me, and then the rest of the team, we all just go shooter, shooter.
Now that is very fitting. That is very fitting. Okay, so Steph, what's yours? What's yours with her?
Mine is. So her little trick is that all of hers start with the same thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know that? That's why she doesn't
I
forget
thought ours
most
was
of them.
unique.
No. So ours is this, and then we just do a dance.
Do a dance. Do you happen to know what hers is? And does anybody do it with her for hers, or are y'all's hers?
Hers is with Diamond. Hers is with Diamond, and they do this, like lock fingers, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
appreciate that. That's so dope. And last one for me is just, sorry, I'm at an airport and this guy's talking, but easy lob. How does Sloot make you better?
Do you want to talk about your wife, or do you want me
We'll talk about it. She's an amazing passer, so she's always just making the passes that no one else can make. She plays really, really hard, and she's competitive, like just so competitive. So when she does that, it's easy to follow.
Okay, one step further, because I would have guessed the passing stuff. Is there anything that might surprise me to know about how she makes you better, makes people better?
surprise you?
That makes.
I would say, from my point of view, I don't know about surprise, but like people don't really appreciate this as much on defense. She's I think one of the best defenders on our team with getting through screens. She like when we're guarding a screen and roll, she like doesn't get hit. She just like runs around it. So as a post player, I appreciate it the most from her because on defense, I'm like going into a pick and roll, like I'm not worried about I have to play here and here and here because she's just gonna get through the screen.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies.
No, welcome.
Hey, Allie. Hey, Steph. In 2019, you guys was in the same predicament against Vegas. Have you guys thought about pretty much being able to right the wrong in making the semifinals and making up for that loss?
I mean, I've thought about that game a little bit, not so much. I think we're really in the moment right now, and just riding this wave of good energy and just competitiveness and not wanting to lose. So I'm just like so focused on this year in Minnesota and whatever we got to do to win.
Yeah, Sam. I haven't even thought about that honestly, because it was so long ago, and we're a completely different team now. So I think it's just like, as long as we do what we're.
In my mind, we won that game. It was just
And my next question is for you, Allie. It's actually a fun question. How many threes are you gonna hit tomorrow?
They asked me that in the last game. I got it wrong.
4.
Let's go with 4.
Let's do like a solid.
Like a doable.
Doable,
number.
yeah, not like 7.
I think last time I said 6. Okay, let's go with 4.
Okay, 4. All right.
Allison Moran.
Hey guys, excited for you for tomorrow. Going to be a fun game, I think. I wanted to find out from you guys though, and I'll just throw the question out. Either one of you can answer it. The thing is, you have made it to the postseason, 3 years in a row. What's it going to take tomorrow on the Target Center floor to get beyond that? What's it going to take from you guys, that extra special little something? where would that come from, and what do you think it would be?
Defense.
Yeah, I'd say yeah. Defense. Who wants it more? Who wants to stop the other team more than the other one does? Like who gets the most stops? And then I feel like if we can get stops and play just amazing defense, like our offense is gonna be fine.
Yeah, and defense without fouling, I'd say too. Like that's
Yeah.
we emphasize that a lot with our team, and especially in playoffs. Like refs, they ref it differently, so we can still be aggressive without the worry of maybe ticky tack fouls. But as long as we can play that aggressive defense and not force the refs to call fouls, I think we're gonna put ourselves in a good position.
Terrific. Thanks a lot, guys. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Roz?
Nope, I'm boarding.
Okay, great.
Perfect timing.
All
Thank you,
right, well,
everyone.
we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Let me look.